Kai Havertz is a superstar and Chelsea linked with an Italian Euro 2020 hero. Ooh, very nice. Hello friends, welcome on back here to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you, friend, are doing well. I really do hope that. Namaste, welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here, of course, where I see what's being said about the Blues, giving you my opinion, but more importantly, asking for yours. Today I want to talk about how Kai Havertz has made history playing for Germany and his scintillating positive form. I'll be citing an article from goal.com. And Manuel Locatelli, one of the Euro 2020 breakout stars, the young midfielder looks absolutely mustard, mate, and Chelsea reportedly interested. I'm going to be quoting an article from Football 365. Lots to get into. Consider subscribing for daily content here on Football Therapy. Only if you want to, but if you choose to, hit the bell notifications icon. Jump aboard the Football Therapy choo-choo hype train. The choo-choo hype train. Drop a like and do consider checking out my second channel, Football Yannick, for daily content regarding Euro 2020 and global football stories. It's ruddy wicked. Link in the description to go check out Football Yannick. Alright then, let's start by talking about Kai Havertz. We Chelsea fans need to get a song for Kai Havertz quickly. We've got one for Timo Werner. Kai Havertz over here scoring the winning goal in Champions League finals. Also, he looks very good for Germany. For a Germany team that's been looking a little bit lost up front with loads of talent between Havertz, Gnabry, Müller, Sane, Werner, loads of good players, but no real focal point. And Kai Havertz has been sort of becoming semi-talismanic in terms of how he gets himself about in that front three. Now, of course, Germany slapped up Portugal yesterday 4-2. Granted, Portugal scored 2 of Germany's goals. But still, they couldn't handle the German attack that was all over him. Pew, 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 pew. Kai Havertz was a big part of that attack, having a hand in 3 of the 4 goals, scoring the 3rd, looking absolutely deadly. I'm going to be citing an article from goal.com talking to you about how he has made history. The man who hit the winning goal in the 2021 Champions League final has rewritten the records books at the European Championship. Kai Havertz ended the 2020-21 campaign with Chelsea with a match-winning goal in the Champions League final and now has become Germany's youngest goalscorer at a European Championship. Questions were asked of the 22-year-old midway through his first season at Stamford Bridge where the value could be found by the Blues' £70 million deal. I believe it was £62 million originally that goes with, bonuses and extensions, and people forget that Kai Havertz, young boy, 2021, coming to Chelsea, can't move with his family, can't see his friends, can't leave his house, and he got the big virus. It's a lot to handle for a relatively shy youngster. World-class talent though, let's read on. The highly rated forward silenced his doubters in style, particularly in the continental competition, and now has rewritten the record books with his country at Euro 2020. That's nice, isn't it? He's making history. That's what you want from a super talent like Kai. Havertz put in a lively performance during a heavyweight clash with Portugal on Saturday. His presence led to Ruben Dias putting through his own net after Cristiano Ronaldo had broken the deadlock in a thrilling tie at the Allianz Arena. He was then involved in the second goal only minutes later, posing problems inside the box and grabbed Germany's 3rd himself 6 minutes in the second half. Yeah, he's all over the gaff. He was causing own goals, he was scoring his own goals, a proper thorn in Portugal's side. Here's what Opta Joe had to say about Kai Havertz. Aged 22 years and 8 days old, Kai Havertz is Germany's youngest ever goal scorer in a European Championship game, and youngest at any major tournament, World Cup, Euros, since Thomas Müller against Uruguay in 2010. Superb from King Kai. Look, all this kind of stuff, some people might think it's meaningless, but it does mean something. It means his name is etched into history, and already that will build his confidence. Yes, he might not have scored explosive numbers, but I don't think he was ever supposed to. Chelsea never signed Kai Havertz to be like, a 30 goal a season gunman, because he wasn't that at Bayer Leverkusen. He was a very talented player that looked good all over the pitch. He can put a slide tackle in despite being, quite tall and gangly. He can score headers in the 6-yard box. He can play amazing passes with both feet. He's incredibly two-footed. He's just so talented and glides around. That's what Chelsea were buying. They were buying quality to just put into the team. and he absolutely is that. But he's proven he can be important at clutch times. He's not really phased, hence scoring a goal in the Champions League final and looking completely in place in the European Championships for Germany, breaking records, being their youngest scorer. So it's superb. It will do him good when he returns to Chelsea. He'll have all this in his bag and he'll just feel a little bit better, more at home. He's already won the Champions League. Now he can start putting in performances in the Premier League. And it's really positive, and I feel good about it. And you should too, dear viewer. Alright then mate, let's move on and talk about some transfer news and talk about Locatelli of Italia. So far, one of the most exciting feel-good stories is Italy in Euro 2020. Yes, I spoke about them pre-tournament, and a few football hipsters did, I suppose. But Mancini's Azzurri are probably the best example of a cohesive team that actually look like a club side that fight for each other, they defend well, they attack well, they press well, and they've just been excellent. There's been a few standout stars throughout the tournament, and none less than Locatelli, the central midfielder / defensive midfielder of Italy. Early 20s, very young still, plays for Sassuolo and Serie A, who's a massively important player for them, and he's shown, or Mancini's shown, what a great player this guy is on the highest level. He scored 2 goals, great goals for Italy already. That's 2 more than my England captain Harry Kane. From midfield, making late runs, scored a great long-range goal as well, and is absolutely vital in this high-pressing system. And suddenly you think, ooh, high-octane, high-pressing system. It's a bit like Chelsea Football Club. And we're looking for a midfielder, apparently, heavily linked to the likes of Declan Rice, also loosely linked to Ashemi as well from Ligue 1. Maybe this could be another sort of option to look at. Remember, you always get 1 or 2 like breakout stars in these tournaments that end up getting a summer transfer like immediately after. Whether it's Chelsea or not, Locatelli could be one of these players. Let's jump into the Football 365 article and read a little bit more. Chelsea are keen on signing Italy and Sassuolo star Manuel Locatelli, but could face stiff competition from other European clubs. The midfielder has shone so far during Euro 2020 and is attracting interest from some of Europe's elite as the transfer market begins to heat up. Locatelli has scored 2 goals in 2 appearances so far in the summer's competition, typifying the Italians' quiet quality as they continue to impress as the Euros underdogs. I'm not sure Italy are underdogs anymore because they look like the best, well, like maybe the best team, especially after watching France struggle. I think they play again today, Wales. Anyway, super impressive. I think the underdog story is slowly fading away. The 23-year-old made 34 appearances for Sassuolo last season, who finished 8th in Serie A, with the defensive midfielder paramount to their play. Football.London has reported Manchester City and Arsenal are both interested in Locatelli, with interest also coming from the Serie A competitors Juventus. Lots of teams want him. I mean, when you know when Juve want a Sassuolo player, he's good. He's very good. Chelsea have a wealth of talent in midfield, but the manager Thomas Tuchel is hoping to add even more quality to his side, which already has N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho fighting for a starting spot in the defensive midfield. And he's been linked to Chelsea by a few journalists and articles and stuff. The truth is, if you're going to fight on all 4 fronts, you need 4 midfielders elite. Really, you need probably 5 ultimately, but you need 4 starting ones that rotate. You know, Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante and 1 other. Now, lots of people, quite rightly, would say Billy Gilmour. And I'm with you, friends. I'm absolutely with you. Billy Gilmour is a baller. He looks ready. I mean, I've been on the I made a video about it yesterday. I'm sort of on the fence whether he should have a really good Premier League loan or he should just play at Chelsea. But ultimately, it's up to Thomas Tuchel. And if there's one thing we have to do at this point, it's trust Thomas Tuchel because he's won Chelsea our 2nd Champions League ever. After coming in January. It's mad. Chelsea are the champions of Europe. Oh, I nearly went a whole video about getting it in. Chelsea are the champions of Europe. So Gilmour's an interesting one. I'd be happy to see him in, but I'd also be happy to see a quality midfielder be brought in. Who knows, maybe one of Jorginho and Kovacic play less. I don't know. I know there's a lot of fans of both of them out there, quite rightly, but really the one that stands out of all those 3, of course, is N'Golo Kante, who on form is looking like the best player in the world right now, considering how he's been playing for France in their last couple of games, considering how he played in the Champions League final and semi-finals. He looks the best. So who knows, Tuchel might be looking for something slightly different in a midfielder, and maybe the likes of Locatelli, who can score goals, which Chelsea absolutely don't have in their midfield, scoring goals on top of his, superb systemic performances in a high-pressing side. Maybe Locatelli is the answer. Those of Chelsea fans were talking about him, of course, after he scored those goals for Italy on social media and stuff. But could he be the one? I absolutely believe he'll get a move after this tournament, but who will it be to? Arsenal are also linked? I mean, you know, 2 months ago he probably would have loved that move to Arsenal, but now he's probably thinking, I can go anywhere. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below your thoughts, feelings and opinions on Havertz and Locatelli. I'll be keen to read them. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like if you want to show some sweet love, and make sure you go check out Football Yannick by clicking the link in description. Thank you for supporting that channel. Alright guys, enjoy the football. I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.